Hey y'all, my name's Chrissy, and I'm here with Whitney.
Hi.
Whitney is actually the owner
Yes, ma'am.
of StretchLab in Noonan. It's located at Ashley Park, and she is here today to tell us about the benefits of stretching, and recovery, and
Yes, ma'am.
and how the two kind of intertwine. So, if you could just give us intro as to what your business is and how you got started.
Yes, ma'am. So my name is Whitney, and I'm with StretchLab of Noonan. Um, I started with stretching because it helped give me a better way after being in a very bad car wreck and having metal in the left side of my body. And you go to physical therapy, and they only work on one side, but they don't tell you how to continue on 10, 15 minutes, 10, 15 years later. And what can we do? With that as well, how it has brought me to in the recovery place is stretching is helps mentally and physically, right?
Right.
And with the mental, it helps bring that mental cognitive being down. It helps with that pain and tension relief. It helps with mobility, flexibility in a more natural way. What we do at StretchLab is we do one-on-one assisted stretching. So you come to us and we help you stretch those muscles that are showing pain, tension, tightness. We go through a series of questions when you come in there. We work with your neck, we work with your shoulders, back, lower back, lumbar, legs, hips, hamstrings, thighs, calves. We help you with the whole entire muscle
Head to
system.
toe.
Head to toe. Yes, ma'am. Head to toe. And we help you with strengthening those muscles, elongating those muscles, like I said, pain and tension relief. And that goes into recovery. What happened with me was an orthopedic that I went to looking for some pain relief because it really wasn't the left side that was the
Right.
issue, it was the right.
Because you were favoring that side.
Yeah, I was overcompensating, and it just got to the point where it was hurting to get up, it was hurting to move, and it was just the overcompensation. And the only two options I was given at the time was a surgery or pharmaceuticals medication. And I just simply said, no, thank you.
Right.
With people I've known, of many of people in recovery, and recovery is important because I've seen a lot of people suffer from that in my personal life. And that being said, I just didn't want that to be my only two options. That I was just like, there has to be a better way in how we can help people as well as myself. It was a self thing at the moment.
Right.
And I honestly just kind of started Googling stretching or what could help with the tightness or the compensation because insurance wasn't going to cover for another round of physical therapy. Right. They've already done that.
And that's very expensive too.
It is. It is. And especially if, you do or don't have insurance. There's a lot of people that walk around here that don't have insurance.
Right.
And what can we do? What's a different avenue? And stretching was part of that. And it's just been an ongoing thing to come.
It's just built.
It's just built up. Yeah.
How many years have you been in business for?
So here in Noonan, I have been with one-on-one assisted stretching for the last 6 years.
Okay.
But here in Noonan, we opened in November of last year in Ashley Park. So with that being said, just a small time here in Coweta County.
Just a few months.
Just a few months. Yeah, we just in April this year, a few weeks ago, we had a grand opening celebration, even though it wasn't a grand opening.
Right.
Because we had been open for a while, we just celebrated where we were.
The milestone, right.
The milestone at that time. It took a minute for me to do that and trying to see where it goes. The challenge I've had in having this and starting this and opening it up was educating people on what assisted stretching is and how it can help everyone.
Right.
In our studio, we see all sorts of type of people. We want it to be a safe place. Our youngest member is 4, and she is she is a gymnast, and she does she does competition gymnastics. And our oldest member is 84.
Wow.
And we've seen many people in between.
Right. So what's the percentage of people that come in that use your services for recovery based?
So one of those
sector.
things, one of the questions is getting out here to help people,
Right.
talk to people that it can help with recovery. Because if you've seen anybody go through addiction or recovery process, we have those people have those long lasting pain and tension issues.
Yes, we do.
And it's what we don't understand is when we're doing those substances, what it can do to our bodies when we're starting to recover.
That's right.
And we experience muscle atrophy, or, you know, if you have the Charlie horses or the restless leg syndrome, we see a good percentage. So I would say the people that we have over 250 plus members at our facility currently.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a blessing.
It is. I'm very blessed. We are very blessed. It's not a we, it's not a me, it's a we.
Right.
But we have, I would say, about 30 to 40% are people who are actively in recovery.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. So we love, and when we coming on here, bringing awareness
Right.
to that we are a different option. We are another option for you.
Right.
That you're a safe place, but we can help you instead of picking up an opioid or picking up a substance to relieve some of that.
Just replacing one habit with the next.
That's it. That's it. Getting the word out, coming to things like this, we're opening up more doors where we can have that percentage be higher.
Right.
And that's what I'm excited about.
Right.
Is I want that percentage to be higher. Some people might not want a higher percentage of people in recovery, but I do. I
That's
want my
right.
doors to be filled with people who are wanting a better way,
Right.
a different option. And because it is out there, you can recover.
Right.
You can be free from substances. You can be free from addiction. You can be that. And we understand at StretchLab Noonan that it takes a team. It takes the knowledge. You don't know until you know, right? You don't know what you know until you know.
Right.
And you don't know, a lot of people don't have that option, because a lot of times people say, oh, just get sober, or, oh, we're on another substance to try to fight that substance.
Right.
What we try to do and what we're here for now is to educate people that along with that, we are here as a group of people to help you as well.
Right. So it seems to me that it really started off as like just the stretching aspect, but then you're starting to gear towards more recovery. It seems like, and is that because personally you've seen people, I mean, in the recovery process where this has actually helped, or is
it's a mixture of both. I think that a lot of times that recovery is a huge thing for me, just in my own personal base. But also too, it is, I think stretching can be for anyone.
Right.
And I want people to know that one-on-one assisted stretching is for everyone.
for body, yeah,
right?
right.
But recovery is a strong thing for me, and I'm very passionate, because a
tell.
lot of times you hear, and with many people, and it's because I know plenty of people who have dealt with recovery in my personal life, in my professional life, and many people who suffer, but they hide behind that suffering because they are ashamed,
Right.
or they feel that they will be judged and things like that.
Right.
And that's why people don't seek help. That's why they turn to a substance, because they feel given up on, they feel
Right.
lost, or someone has made them feel that they cannot recover.
Right.
Oh, you've been doing this for 20 years, you're never going to get better.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I want to include this in a recovery process, because I don't want anyone to feel like they don't have
Have
a they don't have
outlet.
hope.
Right.
They don't have an outlet. And you know, a lot of times people, if you know a lot of people in recovery, you know that they work out, or you know, they go to a therapist or things like that. We do those things to keep our mind busy, but in the present.
We need to keep our bodies. I mean, we have to take care of our bodies also.
That's it.
Because like I told you earlier, you know, I was actually an intravenous user, and I still have pain. I mean, I've been sober for April 1st was actually a year.
Congratulations.
Thank you
That's
so much.
awesome.
I know it's huge. I mean, this is actually the longest I've been sober in my entire life. I mean,
That's
I know
awesome.
I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. But like my legs, like even like the muscles in my legs. I mean, like especially along this track right here. I mean, it hurts.
Right.
So is that so is coming to StretchLab, is that something that could actually help alleviate some of that pain?
Yes, because a lot of times we experience, because just being honest, if you were that intravenous user, you pick places where you could hit.
I shouldn't have.
Right, right. But
Right.
hey, you know what? We
Right.
live and we learn,
That's right.
and you're in a better place now.
Oh,
One
yeah.
year, that's something to be celebrated.
Oh yeah. Thank you so
But
much.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. We hit those areas, and we've
Mm-hmm.
hit them so many times, right, that it just becomes stiff or hardened.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I like to use the word atrophy, or like it's a cramp,
Mm-hmm.
right? What we do is, as I was telling you earlier, we use a technique called PNF. And
And what does PNF stand for again? I love it. I love hearing you say it.
PNF is a abbreviated term for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and it's a fancy term for contract and relax.
Okay.
What we do is we help get you into that. So we get you in a stretch. We get you to contract to one of the flexologists, and then we relax you, and then we get you further into that stretch
Okay.
again. And we do several rounds of that PNF per stretch we do on you in that 25 or 50 minutes. And how that's going to help is it starts to expand that tightness that's in there, and it helps to contract and relax that muscle, so you don't have as much stiffness, you don't have as much pain, or you're not cramping up as much.
Yeah.
So it does help with those things.
Okay.
Like that.
I mean, so what kind of I was looking at your brochure, but if you could please explain to us like the plans that you have. I mean, you have multiple plans to choose from, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So we start with we give everyone an assessment stretch or in a mobility assessment.
Okay.
So what we like to do is each plan is based off the individual. We sit down with you and we make a plan, right?
Okay.
We just don't tell you this is what you need,
Right.
but we make a plan that's good for your schedule, good for you, and good for your goals. So we have different plans with that. We have 2 different length of stretches, 25 minutes or 50. You can come to us 4 times a month, 8 times a month, 12 times a month.
Wow.
If you come to us 4 times a month, it usually averages out once a week. 8 times a month, it usually averages out twice a week.
Okay.
12 times a month, 3 times a week, or
Right.
things like that. We just build different plans according to you and where
Okay.
you want to go. A good thing about it, too, is that when you have a 25-minute stretch or a 50-minute stretch, 50 minutes you come for 50 minutes. 25 minutes you come for obviously what 25
Right.
minutes is. But with 25 minutes, we have the ability to stack those
Right.
and see if you like a 50-minute stretch.
Okay.
Sometimes we just can't get to enough of what you need in that 25 minutes.
Right.
And sometimes people just need a little bit more. Being there,
Right.
being present
Right.
in the moment, and we love to have that option for you.
Right. That's cool. That's cool.
Yes,
And do y'all accept insurance?
So we do. We don't file your insurance for you, but
Okay.
we help you with the reimbursement.
Gotcha,
We do
okay.
reimburse on insurance. I've never had an insurance deny a reimbursement as
Right.
of yet. We do take FSA, so flex spending account, health
Okay.
spending account.
Right.
We do take Medicaid, Medicare. If you have one pass, we take that. If you have Active and Fit Direct, Silver and Fit, any of those things, we take
Right.
that as well.
What about the marketplace insurance?
Yes, ma'am. So like and better and
Right.
things like that. Yeah.
That's what I have. I actually have and better. So
Me too.
Do you really?
So, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. It's because like sometimes it's hard out here to get some insurance.
It's
what I
very
mean?
expensive. Yes, it is.
So the thing about it is our billing code is the same as physical therapy care and chiropractic care.
Oh wow.
So with and better, I know my and
Right.
better plan has that. So it's covered in that insurance. And so you can get that reimbursement.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I guess hang on, I'll pull my the world's all around these
I
now.
got
So
you. Yes, ma'am.
okay, so what advice would you give to someone in early recovery looking to reconnect with their bodies?
I would give them my advice if we're in general is to be present, right? Take one moment at a time. It's one moment at a time. In our studio, I always a plaque that's in there. When you come, you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day to have a great day. It's a
I
good
love
day
it.
to have a good day.
That's right.
It's in the moment, in the now, and I think it's best if we can be present in that moment. That's what we help you do
Right.
in our studio. In the studio, is we do one stretch at a time, one moment at a time, one tension cycle at a time, one PNF cycle at a time. So my best advice for someone in recovery is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon,
Right.
right? How do you help? When we think about people running a marathon, they train,
Right.
they go through the process, they do the recovery, they get up every day, and they're in that moment. And that's the best thing that I can say. And we help you get there. We help you be mindful that
Right.
this particular day is gonna help you with this particular area.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to come. Any type of insurance, I'm so excited.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see, were there any physical challenges that you saw someone face in early recovery that stretching actually did help
Yes, ma'am. So
physically?
I think with people in recovery in general, especially people who are long-term users, but also in the early recovery process, that you face a instant gratification. That's in the world in general. Let's
That's
just
right.
be honest. We live in a
I
society
want
where
what I want, and I want it now.
I joke about it, but I call it the microwave community. Microwave
Please
society.
explain that.
I will. Don't worry. Trust me, I will. The microwave society, if you put something in the microwave, you nuke it and it's instantly done for you, right? You don't take the time to cook the meal. You
That's
don't
right.
take the time to get the ingredients. You didn't prepare it. So it's
Processed.
Yes, it's processed. It's instant gratification.
That's right.
Because I know, like, if I'm putting something in the microwave, I'm looking for
I'm
a quick.
hungry.
Yes, I'm hungry. So I'm hitting it up real quick.
That's right.
So we're a part of that. And I think a lot of times what I've seen in the 30-40% that comes to see us is that they are looking for something right now.
Right.
And it goes back to, let's be present in this moment and know that this is something that's going to help.
Right.
It's
We're
one day at a time.
progressively-
It's
we're progressively, yeah.
work. Yeah. So it's not a one and done.
Right.
And that's what I have to try to tell people, because if one stretch doesn't work for you today, it takes time.
Right.
Right. Remember that you didn't get this bad in overnight.
That's right.
Right. It's taken many of uses. It's taken many of sips of alcohol.
Right.
But it's also taken many of times to cognitively tell yourself that you're not going to use again. I'm not going to use in this moment.
Right.
I'm not going to use when I'm depressed. I'm not going to pick up this substance again. So it's not an overnight. It's not a one and done. This is something that you have to do repetitively.
Right.
Just like you have to tell people, just like in recovery, this is just this moment. Let's get through this moment and look to the next.
That's right.
And that's what I see, that people in early recovery, they want to feel better now.
Right.
And yes, you can have relief, because I think I did use our hyperized gun and there was some release on your
Oh,
neck.
that felt so good. Look.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yes.
I got a massage, y'all.
Yay. Yes. So, but it's not something that let us help you continuously.
Right,
You know,
right.
let's see if we can make a plan work.
It gives me
for
something
you.
to look forward to.
That's it. And a lot of people come. And then once you start to learn the team there, I have a team of, you met Andrew, and then I have 6 others that are with me that are there. We ask about you when you're there. You become a family. I call it the StretchLab family. There is something we know personally about you, and we keep up with it. We're always asking people, hey, how is your daughter today?
Right.
Did you have a good time? And then
cool.
it makes you
It's
look
personalized.
Yes, it's very personalized. We like to celebrate your milestones with you. Like you celebrated a year of recovery.
Right.
We would have celebrated you in there. We celebrate people who have birthdays.
Right.
We like to celebrate people who can now touch their toes, or if you want a championship or you're getting married, things like that. We celebrate you. And hence, I mean, it's kind of funny that we're on this podcast, but it's for a Celebrate Recovery, because that is part of that. One thing I would love to mention is that not only you get an accepting place there, but we are focused on Christ there. We are God focused in that particular atmosphere, because you have to have Him.
Right.
Without Him, we are nothing.
That's right.
So, and that's how we get up every day. And it's.
I liked in the meeting earlier how you said that you and your crew, like y'all pray and y'all manifest a good day and good vibes for everyone that comes in. I mean, that's you don't find many businesses that are, well, I'm assuming that are Christ centered. So that's.
I mean, it's a. I can't tell what everyone else does, but I think people get so bogged down with the everyday hustle and bustle, or where we're trying to go, and we forget that God does provide the way. Right? He makes the connection. He brings the people. He has the provisions. And if you keep centered at focus, you know, I can honestly tell you when I started this venture, yes, we opened our doors in November of last year, but we
So
started
you've got 250 people in less than over 250 people.
over 250 people
Coming in less than a year. That's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome.
And
So evidently, y'all are doing something right.
I hope so. I hope we continue. I believe so.
Right.
But what people don't see when we talk about that is when I first started this, I hired my first 2 flexologists back in August of last year, and we were stretching people on a sidewalk. Just trying to educate people, get our name out to under a tent, stretching people and asking different places that are now partnerships with us, like Burn Boot Camp or Orange Theory or anywhere like that. Hey, can we come and stretch people inside of here? Because we didn't have a building at the time.
Wow.
We were waiting for construction to finish and things like that. And what I've seen is God actually being providing for us to help people.
Right.
And that's what we have to center it is. That's what we have to keep it centered, focused, because if we lose sight of that, then we lose sight of where we came from and how he is continuing to provide.
Right.
Because if we rely on him, he will make a way.
Right.
And I was just crying when we had our grand opening celebration. I literally was like in tears because you start from having no members, right?
Right.
And stretching people on a sidewalk. We have a beautiful studio that we pray to him. We remind people that the positivity of what he does in your life.
That's right.
And then look, it's 250 plus people.
That's awesome. That is amazing.
It is. I'm proud to say, but it wasn't me. It was him.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm one for positive progression. Is there any way that you could show us like a stretch like within our confined little space right here?
Yeah.
But I mean, can you like show something to do with our neck or with our arms or something?
Yeah.
That our viewing guests can.
Yeah, absolutely. So lot of times,
just to get us started.
Okay, perfect. You want to do it? You want me to do it on me or you?
Well,
I can show you some things.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we have a lot of shoulder
Right.
tension, right? What we do a lot of times,
Okay.
you put your arm like this and you push this like this, but you keep your front part of your body stationary.
Okay.
You just kind of pull. You feel it right here in this arm.
Yeah.
And
I
then
feel my shoulder too, though. Is that? Am I doing it wrong? Because I'm feeling it back here too.
Yeah, but it's gonna feel it all the way around.
Okay.
So that's why we're gonna open up the shoulder like here,
Okay.
and you're gonna keep pushing.
Okay.
And a lot of times, people don't do this, but when you learn in the studio, you push back a little bit. Like if you take it and you push back like
Right.
that,
Yeah.
about 5 seconds, and you release it, and then push it back more. And it's gonna help that.
Okay. So that's what you're talking about
Yeah.
with the release and
The PNF.
Yeah.
And then you can, if you want to just kind of, I do this a lot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I do this a lot. Only because my shoulders
Right.
can hurt going to an event from event to event.
Right.
I do this a lot right here. I use a doorway a lot to open up your chest.
Right.
And then if you have some neck and tension, I'm always
Right.
just but you just kind of slowly do it. So, but this also helps if you're in recovery, keeping you focused.
Right.
Right? Keeping you being present in the moment where, okay, I'm having this tension relief. Okay, well, I'm going to focus on this. Let me just kind of do
moment,
some
right.
things
That's
like
right.
that's going to help in this moment. Because with that tension right here,
Right.
did you feel a relief?
Yes.
There
yes,
you
I
go.
did. Because it's like I told you earlier. Like I've got, I carry all my stress right here in my neck.
Yeah.
So, but yes, most definitely.
As women, we do. I think I told you that. The
Yeah.
statistic is most women carry their pain and tension in their traps, necks, upper body, and men carry it in their lower body. And we just have to find ways to alleviate
right.
some of that tension.
Okay. So, do you have anything else that you'd like to add?
I just want to thank you guys for having me on
No,
here.
we thank you for
for
coming.
helping me, helping progress a better way,
Right.
and showing people that one, you can do it, right?
Right.
And two, there are better ways to go about it. Our bodies are meant to heal themselves, and when we lose sight of different ways of health and wellness,
Right.
then we forget that this is something that is important.
Right.
It's also helping bring awareness of what an assisted stretch is. I'm proud to say that we are the only assisted stretching studio as of yet in
Right.
Coweta County, and it's paving the way.
Okay.
It's paving the way, and
Yeah.
I just think recovery is
because Coweta County is a huge. That's a very big county. So
it is. We are the only now. I
That's-
will say, in Fayette County,
Okay.
our neighboring county, in Peachtree City, there is an assisted stretch that it's not us. It's not
Right.
StretchLab, but they do different
Okay.
techniques and things like that.
Right.
But in Coweta County,
Yeah.
right in that area, we are the only
Right.
one.
Wow.
So.
Well, that's awesome. And can you give us the address again of exactly where you're located so we can
Yes.
check you out?
Absolutely. So we are in Ashley Park.
Okay.
We are 2 doors down from the joint. We are right next door to Claire's. If most people know
Okay.
where Claire's
Right,
is.
right.
Our address is 332 Noonan Crossing
Okay.
Bypass. It's Noonan, Georgia 30263.
Okay.
Our phone number, I'll give you that.
Phone number,
is
people.
770-400-5980. And we are open Monday through Friday
Okay.
from 9 a.m. to 7, Saturday 10 to 4, and we are closed on Sundays.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Cut. Did we do good? Yes.
Yay!
How many minutes did we go?